So we are back again with another quick video. And today, honey, I'm going to be preparing salmon. Yes. The reason why you don't see any other ingredients except the salmon is because I'm still not sure what I want to do with it. I did go ahead and cut it up into pieces. I also kept the skin on because I do like a crispy skin on salmon. Plus, for me, it just helps keep the salmon together. So, guys, I don't know if I want to do a Tuscan salmon. I don't know if I want to do a blackened salmon. I don't know if I want to do salmon nuggets in garlic honey sauce. So I'm just trying to figure that out. By the time I start the video, guys, I'll just kind of tell you where we are going to go from here. Even as far as seasonings, because if I do a blackened salmon, I'm going to do the seasonings different than if I do like a Tuscan salmon. So just stay tuned, honey. We'll be back. Okay, you guys, so I decided that I was going to go with a blackened salmon Cajun pasta. And so the first thing I did was go ahead and put some olive oil on my salmon. I used Cajun seasoning and also the blackening season from Old Bay. I did not put any other seasonings on here because I felt like that they had enough that I didn't need to really just add anything. And so now I'm just getting everything coated really good so we can get ready to fry these up in a pan. I was so indecisive about what I wanted to do with these salmon, but I'm glad I did this because it turned out to be really good. And so what you want to do, you want to get your skillet hot. I put in about 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Make sure that it's kind of smoking because you want to, I leave the skin on my salmon. So I like that crispy skin. And so now we're just placing our marinated salmon in the skillet so we can let it fry on both sides. And I will say that it will not all it won't cook all the way in this part. Like, it's okay if it's not cooked all the way, because once you add it to your cream sauce, it will finish cooking. And once our salmon finished and we got the caramelization that we wanted, we started adding ingredients to the pan to make our sauce. And so the first thing we added was I cut up like a medium onion and I added that to the pan. I also had in my fridge some cherry tomatoes. And I put the rest of that in there. And guys, like I said, I'm literally just kind of, just going off a whim. Just, this wasn't a set recipe. This is just kind of something that, I was just kind of making up as I go. And then I have a bag of spinach. I am going to put that whole bag of spinach in there because we know that spinach wilts. That will turn into a teaspoon of spinach. So, and so we also added some chicken broth, and I added a total of 2 cups of chicken broth because I'm making 2 pounds of pasta. So I wanted to make sure that I had enough sauce for what I'm cooking. And so we got that in, and what we're going to do, we're going to allow this to simmer, but I'm also going to season this with the same seasonings that I seasoned the salmon with, and that is the Blacken Old Bay season and the Cajun seasoning, because we want the same flavors throughout. And I know it looks like a lot, but guys, I'm going to be adding a lot of cream that's going to take up a lot of that seasoning. And so we're going to let this reduce. You want this to reduce about halfway before you start adding your cream. And then I did add my cream. That is about 4 cups of cream. Like I said, this is a lot of sauce. So if you're only doing 1 pound of pasta, definitely cut this in half with 1 cup of your chicken broth or white wine if you're using white wine, and then 2 cups of the cream instead of 4. And so I added a little bit more seasoning. Like I said, it was on a whim. I also had some Boursin cheese. I said, oh, let me add that in there. That was the garlic and herb. It was so good. And we added it a little bit at a time because I did not want lumps. I wanted this sauce pretty creamy. And so we added little chunks and let it kind of melt before we begin to add other things. You don't have to add cheese. You could just let this sauce simmer and reduce, and boom, you know, you have your cheese sauce. I had a little bit of Parmesan, grated Parmesan I added in. And like I said, this cheese, guys, is optional. This is just something, like I said, you know, what I had in my fridge, just trying some stuff out. And that's what cooking for me is all about. It's not by going by a recipe completely, because it's your kitchen and you do what you want. You do what you and your family likes, what tastes good to you all. Because what tastes good to me may not taste good to you. So you make it to your liking. I did have some shredded Parmesan. We added in there, and now we're going to add our salmon back in. Like I said, if your salmon didn't get cooked all the way through, this is the time where it will be able to cook. And so we let this simmer for about another 6 to 8 minutes. And then we went ahead and started draining our pasta to get this ready to put in our pasta. I will say that when you're cooking pasta, I would not make sure that you cook your pasta al dente, because you don't want your pasta to be overcooked. And this is when we just added everything that was in that saucepan into the pot, and we have our Blacken Cajun pasta, Blacken Cajun salmon and pasta dinner. Y'all, it was so good. It was so good. It did not last because, you know, I invited a couple of people, gave some plates away, and they tore it up. So hope you enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.